Defense Ministry says 2 attackers detonated explosives close to the Marshal Fahim Academy on early Monday morning. 2 others opened fire before being killed by security forces. A 5th militant was arrested. The latest wave of violence is happening just days after a suicide bombing by the Taliban killed more than 100 people in the capital. Let's cross now to Bilal Sarwary, who is in Kabul for us. Thanks for joining us again, Bilal. Now, what's the latest there?
The Ministry of Defense here is saying that at least 5 Afghan soldiers are killed, at least 10 Afghan soldiers are wounded, and that 5 suicide attackers were involved in this attack. 2 of them detonated their explosives at the gate. 2 of them were shot dead by the Afghan National Security Forces, and 1 was detained. So Afghan investigators will be really keen to ask that individual who's been described to us as one of the attackers to see if he can help them with other sleeper cells, because Kabul is a city that remains on a high state of security alert. But these security and intelligence failures, which is almost now like a disease, continue to cost the people of Afghanistan, the Afghan military institutions, and in the long run, actually this will have a very negative impact on the already fragile state of Afghan economy. Afghan investors will be not willing to invest. Foreign investors will be actually quite scared. And as we have seen with the attack against the Intercontinental Hotel attack earlier this month, foreign pilots are now not willing to come and work for airlines like the Com airline. So all around, Afghanistan is bleeding. It continues to lose.
Bilal, talk to me a bit more about the security. You've just called it a disease. Now, what's it like to access these buildings? I mean, I find it shocking, and I'm sure our viewers too, that this is now the 3rd big attack in recent weeks. And also, how challenging is it for you personally to get around Kabul? What's it like living in Kabul?
You know, as someone told me that when he leaves his home every day as a taxi driver, he says goodbye to his wife and his elderly mother because he's not sure that he might want to come back alive to his home. I think what you see is this, deteriorating security situation in Afghan cities, including Kabul. And, people have really lost their breadwinners. A young man was killed over the weekend who had finished his high school. He was looking forward to getting into university. So the security situation remains extremely volatile, and what people are actually demanding is better protection. What people are actually demanding is that the Kabul police chief and other officials be held responsible. The building that was attacked this morning, ordinary people cannot get into it. You would need special clearance if you're a journalist or if you need to go in. So the fact that these attackers could bring a ladder, that the fact that they had night vision goggles is quite worrying. And over the last 1 hour or so, I have been monitoring social media. It's the first time that it has snowed in Kabul in a long time. So people are celebrating that as a sign in these very, very difficult times.
And Bilal, just very quickly, as I asked you, and for you, getting around Kabul, how is it?
Well, I live like ordinary people in this city. I take my chances, and I think I've just accepted the risks of living in Afghanistan, not only as a journalist, but as an Afghan. I get calls from my family members all over the world and here, and I think that in itself is quite worrying, the pain and the worry on families. So you have to actually take just the risk, and you have to just accept these attacks as if, there's no way to prevent these attacks. I think that's the frustration, that's the anger that every Afghan really feels here in Kabul.